Welcome back to Good Moms, Bad Choices.
I'm Erica.
And I'm Mila.
And it's Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, y'all.
We are reporting live from the jungle of Costa Rica.
Yes, we are in Limon on the Caribbean side of Costa Rica. We have been traveling for 10 days now, or 9 days, 10 days. And we is very happy.
And moisturized.
Very happy, very moisturized, and glowing. We found the black people, and you can't tell us we're not local Costa Ricans.
Nope. I am a tica.
Yo soy un tica. Today's a special episode because we are joined by my very, very, very good friend that I've known a long time, Monique.
Hi, girl.
Hi, girl.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey. I am Nurse Mo. So we're going to hear about her journeys and her travels. But first, are you going to shuffle our tarot cards, my love?
Yes, one moment, please.
And today we're going to really be putting our tarot psychic abilities to the test, because we don't have our beloved biddytarot.com to assist us, because both of our cameras are being utilized for this production that is also being held up by a coffee cup, a hamper, a chair, and many, many things, because that's what happens on vacation. You get shit done, even when you forget the SD card and other important things.
Would you like to pull the card, my love?
Yes.
Mo?
Can I pull it from anywhere?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I feel really called to pull it from the middle. Ooh.
What is it?
Knight of Brooms.
The Knight of Brooms. So, the Knight of Brooms,
Showdown.
according to... So, the gifts of this card is energy, creativity, passion, swift, strength, enthusiasm. Your confidence levels rise to the surface, and you'll feel ready to take on the world. Some feel uplifted and refreshed by your presence. Others may feel threatened or annoyed. But nothing can hold you back right now.
Nope. Can't nobody hold me back. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Broken. Oh, sorry.
The challenges of this card is restlessness, impatience, destructive powers, cruelty, intolerance, and prejudice.
Ooh. Okay.
So just be mindful of that.
Okay.
Do you have an affirmation for us today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tell the people, what's today's affirmation?
I am free. It feels good to be me.
I am free. It feels good to be me.
I ain't gotta work for nobody.
I ain't got to work for nobody.
I like to add that one on.
That's
That's one of my favorite ones.
I like that. Speaking of that, we've been friends for such a long time, and
Yes.
I've seen your journey, and it's crazy. Like, I know, so Mo is also friends with my other best friend, who is my college roommate,
Mira.
Shout out to Mira.
Hey, Mira.
And it's such a small world. I have so many people from Philly, and both my parents are from Philly, so yes. But I know you started as a nurse. You went to Hampton.
Mm-hmm.
You started out as a nurse, and then you became a travel nurse.
Yeah.
And then you retired from that.
Yeah.
And I know now, you're in the jungle, living your best jungle life with your armpit hairs.
I do have armpit hair. They're really cute. Should I show them?
Sure, show the people. If you're on Patreon, you have the pleasure of seeing not only this beautiful woman glowing and pregnant. But now we're going to see her armpit hairs that she's so graciously.
I'm so excited about that.
Your armpit, I was telling Jamila yesterday, I was like, if I moved here, I think like my armpit hair wouldn't be as cute as I was like, Mo has really cute armpit hair. Our Airbnb host has really cute armpit hair. It's like very delicate. My shit, as I'm looking at my armpit, look at this. It's so aggressive and black. Maybe because I've been shaving for too long. Maybe if I let it
you have
go.
to kind of let it. I always find once you come, I've tried to do it a couple times in my adulthood, but I feel like once you get past a certain level, then it gets kind of like, oh, it's kind of cute when it softens up and gets like to a certain length. At first, it's a little aggressive.
It's a big commitment. Like, you have to just be in it, because every day I would get in the shower and be like, all right, today's the day that I'm gonna shave, and then I had to commit. And I think one of my most inspirational moments where I like asked multiple men here, like, what do you think about armpit hair? I've always wanted to have armpit hair. And they're like, honey, I'm wild, or baby, I'm wild. And I'm like, okay, that sounds cute. I want to be wild.
Well, you're asking the men of here. If you ask the men of Los Angeles, California, they're going to tell you to shave that shit. Wax
I wouldn't
that shit.
ask the men of Los Angeles, California shit.
I second that.
But, you know, niggas always act like they give a fuck about certain shit.
They don't give a-
They don't care.
Never in history has a nigga said, I'm not getting any pussy today because your armpit hair is too long.
Did you ever see Cat Williams? I love Cat Williams.
Oh,
Cat. He said that not no nigga in this world ain't gonna fuck you because your hands and feet don't match.
The polish don't match. Yes, I do love Cat Williams.
Yeah, I do too.
So tell us about your journey. Tell us how you've come here, how you've come to the jungle and decided to root here. Are you rooting here?
So that's a good question because Mama's a Rolling Stone, you know, wherever I lay my laptop, that's my home. And, you know, I retired when I was 30. I knew that career wasn't going to work for me. And I started doing speaking and...
You retired as a nurse.
A nurse, yeah. I saw nurses like hobbling about and
What is a traveling... Can you... I've always wondered what a traveling nurse is.
Okay.
Like, do you just go to local hospitals
No,
and nurse?
no.
Like, what?
So it could be a lot of different ways. And keep in mind, healthcare has changed significantly in the last 3 years. And I feel like I've always had a connection with spirit and I was able to get out when it was time. So I got out of the game when it was time. But, you know, 2014, right around the time I left Atlanta, I started travel nursing, which is basically when you go from different hospital to different hospital with contracts.
Oh, okay.
So I would be booked somewhere for 3 months at a time, working on a specific unit. My specialty was neurosurgical intensive care. I'm a smart bitch. Yeah, I'm a smart bitch. Don't get me fucked up. Like
I'm a smart.
I am. But I worked cardiac ICU. I worked in liver transplant. Hence why I don't drink. I worked in medical surgical. I worked all over, and I worked at these different places in the U.S. And they would pay my rent for my food, and I would work 3 days a week, 12 long hour shifts, sometimes 13, 14. And I made really great money, and I got to really help people in the best way that I could during that time. So it's a really awesome career, and I gave most of my 20s to it. No, I'm good. I gave most of my 20s to nursing. Mm-hmm. And, you know, when I left the bedside for a 11-month journey to just travel and to start hosting retreats, and I was starting to grow as an influencer and as a speaker, and I really used that time to tap in. And I remember going back to work, and Rebecca on my unit asked me if I could do a care plan, and it was like 3:00 in the morning, and I had been off work for 7 months. And I remember my patients were super cool. They were happy. They were clean. They were like all good on the monitor, and somebody was here. Becky comes telling me what to do, and I just was like, do your own care plan, Rebecca. And I was like, oh shit, I have to leave here. Like I can't do this kind of work anymore. I also felt like ethical imbalance in the Western healthcare system and how I was treating myself with natural modalities to heal myself, and I wasn't able to present that in the hospital. I got written up for praying with people. I played the sound bowls. I got in trouble for doing that. So I was, after a while, I was kind of like, fuck this. So I planned to take 3 months to go to Bali, and in April of 2019, and my plan was to come back in September. And I haven't been back 2 years later.
Wow.
So fast forward to here, you know, I was living my life as a digital entrepreneur. I lived in Portugal, Nicaragua, Bali. I had the whole fucking eat, pray, love experience with my finance ex-partner, Jacob. Hey, Jacob, I love you deeply. I, really lived a good, fun life. And, when the pandemic happened in 2020, I was no longer able to host retreats. And I had this mantra called everything must go. everything in my life was falling away from me. My career that I had built, I was working as an influencer to host retreats, but I didn't have the autonomy that I wanted. So it was like, all right, you ain't got no master no more, but you still ain't free. My clients would hire me and be like, we really love you. We love your vibe. We love how free and open you are. And we want you to host this retreat or do this workshop. Oh, but that's too free. Like, don't talk about psychedelics. Don't talk about polyamory. Don't talk about, you know what I mean? It was always like a restriction there. So, you know, in like November of 2020, all of my shit had been canceled. All of my retreats, all of my influencer work, all the shit that didn't really feel like it was me fell away. And I mean, it was a process. It was a full ego death of like, I'm no longer nurse. I'm no longer influencer. I'm no longer retreat host. And I'm sure that happened to a lot of people in 2020. So it was like, who the fuck am I? Like with all this. So, while a lot of people were trying to like resist and do a lot of different things in 2020, I was just like, I'm going to do yoga and like paint and figure out the answers to this. And that was a luxury that I had from being a little smart financially. And
yeah, I was going to ask you that because I think that that's like the biggest thing that like people feel like tethered to their world back home because finances.
Yeah.
Like people like I can't like either they haven't saved or they don't know how their life will shift once they get to the other side.
I'll definitely say, like, what helped me was that I got this job, right? And I wanted a stable career during the pandemic. So I took this job as a director of nursing, and it paid really fucking good. It paid 6 figures. It was remote. It was amazing. And I wanted stability. 6 weeks later, they fired me, like, off rip. And I was like,
why?
Because my job was done. So stability is a mental feeling. It's not really anything that a number value can get it. So I made a decision back when I was like 26 that I was never going to be broke again. And when I left my nursing job, I made a decision that I was never going to be broke again, ever. And I know it sounds really simple, but it was a mental decision because as a nurse, I made really good money. But as a hustler, as an entrepreneur, as a digital entrepreneur, I figured shit out.
Right.
And that was really that. So yeah, I think for people out there who are wanting to take the leap, that hate Rebecca asking them when they're going to do their care plan or when they're clocking them and when they're going to do their deliverables and things like that, is like take that energy and turn that make that alchemy into something that's magic, like that you really enjoy. Bottle that up and spend more time and energy on your own passion and make that into something that you can sell, that you can offer people. And you'll always be blessed and have everything you need. I also think the mindset in the States is that you need a lot in order to be happy. Like I haven't been able to order shit on Amazon since I've been here or like shop as much.
I was asking Mo, I was like, how do you get mail? And she
I
was
don't.
like, we don't.
I
was
don't.
Like, what you mean? She's like, we don't.
There are no addresses. You just share your location.
Yeah. There's no, you'd be like, I live in the brown house next to the Duende Market or whatever. Like, you know.
mean, even this house, they're like, just put in Waze, La Pulperia.
Yeah.
Next to La Cabana. I was like, oh shit, okay, well, here we go. And then
So,
it was right.
When I came here, I came here in 2020. My relationship had fell away. All of my obligations had fell away, and I was like, I'm not going to go back and work as a nurse in the hospital. So I came here to visit my child's father, and we were just really good friends, and he invited me here to stay, and he asked me what my intentions were before coming, and I told him I just really wanted a place to like relax and heal. And the space of the United States was in such a way of disconnect. Like, I'm very touchy, and you've seen me hug a million people and them hold me and snuggle me, and that wasn't the frequency in the United States. That wasn't the vibration there. And I was literally feeling like I was dying because I couldn't have real human connection during COVID. So I came here January 1st, 2021. But before that, I had a really beautiful experience with psilocybin that gave me all of the answers I needed to know what I needed to know. So when I get confused about things, I go to plant medicine, and I go inward. I go deep into meditation. I blindfold myself. I shut out the world and tap into my third eye or my intuition. And this time I decided to do that with mushrooms. And at the time I had a large lump in my breast, and I was living in LA. All my money and career had fell away. and my relationship was falling away. So I asked God, where does my physical body need to be? And there was no answer. So I ate the mushrooms and sat in the house. And the answer that I got was in Mother Nature. And the answer that I really got was that I needed to surrender and accept support. And I sat on my balcony pissed from those answers, like smoking weed, like, what the fuck? Like, what you mean I need to surrender and like accept support?
Aries.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, I'm ready to get a big bag. I'm thinking I'm going to get a download about like where my next business move is. And it was like, be still. So I come to Costa Rica December 28th with one suitcase packed for my now child's father at the time, friend. I had a blender, a juicer, all kind of fucking shit in my bag that he had me bring with his selfish ass. That was ridiculous. And it was ridiculous, and I brought it and now I understand why it was such an important thing to bring, because living here, getting things is so hard. I got here and stayed 2 nights in San Jose. I got to Limon, and my driver said to me, "You're not coming back. You're gonna be here." And I had a really beautiful plan. Like, I was going to come here for 10 days and then figure out where I was going to be, like where I was going to land for the next 2 years. Like, I was just auditioning places to figure out where I was going to live. I know I'm not going to live in the United States because I don't feel like you can raise sovereign black children there. So that was never an option. Bali was an option. Colombia was an option. And here wasn't even on the radar. So I come here for 10 days with my cute little away luggage. All right. Little suitcase, couple flip-flops, whatever. 5 days in, I'm like, I can't leave. I was in the process of taking over a meditation studio with my good friend in Philly. We were merging. I called her up and I was like, I'm not coming home. So my taxi driver was right. I ended up staying.
What happened in those 5 days that...
I made a mental decision in 5 days, but in 15 days, I made a decision that I was going to stay. And what happened was... I connected with the elements here, and y'all can call me a hippy dippy weirdo, but land speaks to you. Like, it actually speaks to you when you can hear it, when you're disconnected from 5G and Gucci and Chanel and who's wearing this and who's doing that, when you're really plugged into what's real, what's natural. And this land was like, you need to be here. And I kept getting calls of like, I kept seeing beautiful black children that were free. And I was like, I want to be a mother now. And I thought about the feeling that I would feel when I got off the plane. Because in those 10, 15 days that I was deciding to live here, someone was always cooking at my house, or there was always community around. And I was seeing people parent in a way that I was like, fuck yes, I could do that. Kids at a party strapped to your chest while you getting it. You know, I'm down with that. This looks like a vibe to me. This looks like what I want. Seeing, you know, different dynamics of relationships and just seeing free children was enough for me. So I called up all of the support and did what I never did and asked people for help. Yeah. So one of my homegirls moved me out of my house, everything. I mean, she was throwing away my vibrators.
So you did not go back to
I didn't go back
to do any of it?
No, I was too scared that not scared, but I knew that you feel the frequency here.
Right. Well, I think I was telling you guys this last night in the pool. I was just saying that, like, you get the fear that I feel, that fear, and I like going back home and like you become unpresent again. And the feeling that you feel while you're here lessens and you start to make excuses for why you can't do something, why it can't be real. Oh wait, I'll get there, I'll get back, and then a year later you're back right into the grind, and nothing has progressed.
Yeah. So yeah, for me it was just like, if I'm going back home, I'm going back for stuff. And I didn't really give a fuck about that stuff anymore.
How did you, what was it like asking for help for someone? Like, tell people what's your sign?
I'm an Aries. I'm an Aries moon, Aries rising, and Gemini, whatever it is. Aries, Gemini. So I'm headstrong, and I don't like help. I like to do shit myself. I'm an independent woman.
So what was that like? I mean, was it really difficult, or did you
felt
feel
easy.
It felt easy.
It felt easy. For the first time in my life, everything felt easy. And I encourage everyone out there to like look at the signs in their life when people are leaving. Like, okay, cool, but look to see what's replacing that. When your stuff is leaving you, look to see what's replacing that. So like for me, it was just like, okay, I called my homegirl up. I called her like my godmother in LA, and she's an older woman who I really look up to. Not much older. She's in her 40s. And I was just like, look, I can't come back. And I was like, I don't want to come back. And she was like, I feel you. What can I do? And for the first time, I was like, I need you to move all of my shit out of my house. What's the easiest way I can do this? And I started with, can I pay you? Can I do this? And she said, listen, there's these people on earth that exist to be earth angels to you. Literally, that is what we're here for. So let us do that. And then maybe you can do that for someone else. And that time in my life was just like, whoa, because the way that people were, everything was getting out of my way. And now I know why. Like, this baby really wanted to be here, and I had to give up everything, like everything, so that I could have this baby. But the process actually was really easy. And that was something that I saw in my mushroom trip, was that I was like super resistant. And then when I surrendered and relaxed, I was able to elevate into something much higher. And I'm seeing that in real life now.
How cool. Like, it's you saying that like you had to give up everything for your child. Like, your son is going to meet his purest, like the purest form of you, or at least the work in progress of getting to that, like he's meeting such a different mom than he would have met like in any other scenario.
Yeah, for sure. Because in any other scenario, and that's I make peace with a lot of things in my life that way, because I had to relax so that I can create him and make him. I had to relax. I had to give up things. I had to let go of how much is getting done and what numbers are in the bank and what numbers are in crypto and how organized my house is, and just let him come in. And I do it again twice. I give up all my shit so that and I haven't even met him yet. So
how many months pregnant are you? I'm
5 months pregnant. I have not had one day of morning sickness.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah. I will share this. I've worked with all naturopathic and spiritual midwives around the process, because I don't feel like birth is a health issue or a health concern unless you have underlying issues. And that is me speaking as a medical professional. So
my mom always says that pregnancy is a sign of health.
It is.
Like, people always treat pregnant women as like decrepit or handicapped, or like something is wrong. Like, but it's the greatest sign of health.
Right. So me and Soul, that's my baby, we have gone surfing. We have done waterfall hikes. We have, we have traveled to Guatemala. We have been on boats. We have seen snakes. Like, we live a pretty adventurous life. And my friends who are pregnant, a lot of people who are pregnant right now are quarantine babies in the States. A lot of them are really struggling with gestational diabetes or having to induce labor and things. For me, it was more of like, as soon as I found out I was pregnant 6 weeks, I decided to give the baby an identity and decide that there was two of us. And that was one of the things that my spiritual midwife at the time talked to me about, was saying that like a lot of women receive issues, or their issues seem heightened during pregnancy, because they haven't fully acknowledged the soul that's coming into their body. And for me, it was just like, okay, it's two of us now. We going to lunch, we doing this. And it also made it a lot easier to cut people off, to call people in, to ask for support and help. But yeah, and I had 1 or 2 days of like little icky stomach, tiredness, but I just slept. And it's been a really beautiful process, because I can be naked a lot. I have to pee all the time, and I can pee outside. Like, it's never a place I can't really pee. My feet swell from time to time, but I don't wear shoes. Like, I don't have to wear shoes everywhere. And if I'm tired, I go to sleep. Like, that's it. If I'm hungry, I eat. Like, and it's been a nice process, because I've been forced to listen to my body, and I have the luxury of creating life at a time that's all I have to do.
That's so beautiful. And I'm just so happy for you. And like, what a blessing that Soul's going to get you in this form. And after you've done, so much work, and that you're coming in so clear, and that you manifested him so clear. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, we've been friends for a long time, but you know, I see you on Instagram. I'm like, oh, you're in love. Oh, you're pregnant. And I'm like, oh, I'm coming to Costa Rica. I'm gonna get the deets on this.
Oh yeah, the deets.
You know, and it's just, I met up with her in the town. She's just coming around all beautiful. She's like, let's just walk by the beach. There's a place I want to go eat. So we go by towards the place. She's like, oh, this is my friend. Hi, hey. And she's like, hey. So we're talking with the friend. We're watching the sunset. And she's like, oh, yeah, like, this is my son's father's other baby mother. We're doing the retreat together. I'm like, oh, okay, wow. Oh, well, that's interesting. And I'm like, so, okay. But it's just such I'm seeing immediately coming in that the energy field is very different here, and the energy field is love and like hippy dippy and island and simple, and it's just so beautiful, and I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. That's a long story that I'm gonna tell y'all at some point on a different platform, but I'll give you the fast version. My child's father and I didn't work out. He can't be in the picture. However, my child's father's other baby mother, they have a 3-year-old, and I love him. And me and her decided to partner up and make money together and serve people together, and also assist each other in raising our children. Our relationship is like non-romantic at all, but it completely defies all paradigms. Technically, I'm supposed to hate her. At some point, she was supposed to hate me. When she was seeing me in love with her ex-partner, I'm sure it was like hard, but at the same time, she was happy that her son was getting the love and nourishment that he needed from another woman. And now that I don't have a relationship with my child's father, like, because that won't work. And I'll speak to that briefly. Our relationship didn't have to die. But it's just, Jay-Z always say there's a million ways to get it, choose one, and this is one. And to me, I think there's this concept of like, I gotta hate her, and I'm like, fuck that, I could get money with her, or I don't really care for him, but like, we still need to raise these children.
What if our siblings like can love one another and feel supported by the women in their life, and they're both boys, right?
Yes.
And boys need to see two strong women, their mothers, those female figures in their life come together. I mean, it's so
boys need to see men. They need to see men. And right now, where we are in the vibrational frequency in the world, especially in land like this that's matriarchal, like all of the people from Bree here and all over, and black melanated women, as indigenous women, we are matriarchal. Like, we come from a matriarch society, and like, I'm not gonna get anybody fucked up and not make them believe that I didn't want the white picket fence, the fucking shiny rock, and the husband with no kids and it's just us. But that's not what I got, because my child chose me, and he chose his dad, and he chose her and that little boy. So it's what it is, you know what I mean? And it's also been a testament to, you know, choosing her and choosing how we choose to, at this point, co-parent and, you know, co-work and co-create. And then it got to a point where me and him couldn't co-work, co-create, coexist. And to all the women out there, I just want to let you know, you don't have to settle. I think the hardest thing for me was like, oh my God, like, I want my child's father in their life. But if the child's father is fucking draining you and not making you feel like your highest vibratory self, it might be time for a cord cut in that situation. And that's what was there for me. And I think it's really important that we let go of that fairy tale and that narrative, because this will be book speeches years down the line, but the situation that I was in with my child's father was very beautiful, very powerful, but very temporary. And we got together so that he could bring me to this place to raise my child and feel comfortable and free, and to give me a child, and that is it.
And a bunch of baby daddies.
And gift you a
community. So, you know, I could hold on to the idea of what we're supposed to be and become the baby mama that's like, I want this and I want to, or I can utilize this beautiful land, this beautiful woman he brought into my field, this beautiful child he brought into my field, and this beautiful baby that I get to raise and do how I want. So let go of that picture. Like, that was the biggest thing for me, was letting go of that picture. And that's what I had to do with my career. When that ego death takes place, who am I? Bitch, you. Mm-hmm. That's who you are. Mm-hmm. Why is this happening to me? Why isn't it happening to me? To be clear, like, I was abandoned by my child's father at 10 weeks pregnant. He didn't want anything to do with me or my child because I didn't want the relationship. And that was fucking hard. But at the same time, as a woman, I had to say, what vibration am I sending to this baby? Like, what am I sending off to this baby? Am I telling him that he's worthy? That we need to fight for his love? That we need to give all this energy to someone else? Or do I say, look, let's hone this in. He don't want to be here right now. Let's love each other. Mm-hmm. And that's what I had to do. Mm-hmm. And I would do it again. So to the women out there that are like fighting someone to fucking love them, to show up, to daycare, to care, to give a fuck, to pay. No, like, my peace, I can't speak for everyone, but the peace that you have when you decide, all right, this is us, is really a beautiful power, because you're also allowing the baby who's connected with another realm to decide and choose who's in his life. So my baby chose to have like 4 different daddies. You've been here, you see one cooks, one helps me, tucks me in, one's massaging me, one's paying for shit. Like, the support that shows up for you when you let go of, it's kind of like the money that shows up for you, right? When you stop worrying about the bitch ass job that you had at the office with Rebecca. Yeah. And the coworkers, stay up, like, you're like, oh shit, I got a podcast coming in here, I got influence work coming in here, I got this little side hustle, I can do hair, I didn't know that, because you're opening yourself up to a new way to receive. So when I decided to really just accept that, okay, this man is not who can be my child's father right now, I'm not gonna fully close that door, but right now it's a hell no. I was able to really see the support and love around me. And, we have those days where we look on Instagram and this bitch just posted her fucking Range Rover, her fat ring, and her cute little, their vacation.
Her matching kids from the same baby daddy.
And her matching kids. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm probably going to have
the whole set.
She got the whole set from the same fucking place.
And I'm like, I'm probably going to have a baby daddy from 2 different countries. Like, how is this possible? But look, the baby is choosing. Let them guide.
You know what? Like, it reminds me that I remember when I got pregnant, and I called my really good friend, my best friend, who I call for like really serious things, because she doesn't judge me, and like, she was gonna give me the honest answer. My Pisces best friend Shawnee, who is a little bit older than me, and she has 3 girls, and she's a single mom. And I sat on the phone with her, and I was like, bitch, I'm pregnant. And I was like, also telling her, like, simultaneously a story about my baby daddy disrespecting me and like calling me a hoe or some stupid ass shit. And like, she was like, well, that's what he thinks of you. Mm-hmm. If he said that, that's what he thinks of you. And if you have a baby, he's still going to say those things. Mm-hmm. And he's still going to think that about you. Do you still want to have a baby? And I remember thinking, she's right. And I was like, but, like, okay, I'm going to have the baby probably. I was still unsure, but I was like, but at least maybe there's a chance that, I was like, but, I remember consciously making the decision to cling to this idea, this fairy tale of this person who I knew exactly who the fuck he was. But.
Yeah, it's always
but if we do this, then maybe he'll take me more seriously. And
then I looked back, and I'm looking back, and like, it probably from that point, it took me 2-3 years for him to move out of my house with a bunch of trauma happening within that time.
Oh, this nigga got 2 months.
But like, sometimes as women, we're clinging to that idea so much, we waste. And then after he moved out, I probably kept fucking the nigga for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the trauma we inflict on ourselves by not honoring ourselves, and that that we are that in tune, and that we really do be knowing. Yeah. But we're so still connected to this like Western idea of this fucking white picket fence and this like matching set of a family.
And I always like to remove but and do and. Mm-hmm. Like, because but to me is like such a like word, but like and I still want the white picket fence, but it might have a vanilla girl and a chocolate boy. You know what I mean? It might have 2 different dads. It might have we live here and there. It might just be a different picket fence.
Your picket fence might be some coconut trees.
Yes, exactly.
You may have 5 or 6 dads in the household. You don't know who, like moms, community.
Yeah. And that's my dynamic right now, is that I have a lot of community, and it's very easy to get in the space of, oh my gosh, I don't have the dad, and then I'm also having someone come. I'm downstairs, someone's cooking for me, someone's cleaning my house. I have people like showing up like, hey, let me help you with this. And you have to open your eyes to what's showing up around you, because that's God, spirit, divine creator, omnipresent, whatever you want to call God. That's saying, hey, that didn't really work for you, so I'm giving you these other things, like appreciate them, But yeah, when people show you who they are, you really have to believe them. But every woman has their own journey. Some women wait 10 years, some women wait 15 years, and some women cut the cord immediately. And I was a cut the cord immediately.
And I wish, I can't wish, but that I see the value in being so clear that you're able to do that, because sometimes you just draw out the trauma it's just too much.
But it's a lot of looking at what's in front of you instead of what should be. So when I woke up this morning in your beautiful villa, thank you for having me, after a night of laying next to you, right? And there's a beautiful man in the kitchen making us food, shirtless.
Wow, beautiful black man.
Look at him.
We're actually
life.
This is life, and we're moving, and we're gonna have to wrap this up.
Yeah, because he's eating. We're gonna be eating soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you look at what it is instead of what it should be, it's good. You always see that it's good. But I'm really excited to raise children here, and I'm excited for you too to bring your children here. And I'm old, like 33. I'm having my first child at 33. That's not old, but I felt like it was the perfect time, and I felt ready. Like, the situation isn't perfect, but it's beautiful, and it's beautiful.
Even the situation that's perfect ain't perfect.
Yeah, it's not.
Let me tell you, it's not.
One thing that I can say is that my baby was wanted. When I told my child's father that I was pregnant, the response was tears, joy, excitement. And the biggest deal for me was that I didn't want to share my pregnancy with anyone that was like, well, how's that going to work? What are you going to do? Like, whoa. Get the fuck away. Like, I was so excited, and I'm still so happy. Everyone laughs at me in my yoga classes, 'cause I'm like, I'm tearful all the time, because I'm so happy to be a mom. I'm so excited to embark on this journey. And the cord cut was important to me because I didn't want anyone in the field who didn't have that same energy.
It's important.
Yeah.
You are Mama Bear.
Mama Bear. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, so. And so he's going to learn how to surf at like 2. God willing. And swim at like 3 months. And I'm excited for y'all to get y'all kids here, because they're free.
Me and Erica were like, so you're just co-parenting, because that's what we already do.
Yeah, we're already co-parents.
I'm like, can we like recruit maybe 2 or 3 of your baby daddies, and like maybe
no, y'all can't have none of my baby daddies. None of my baby daddies.
Doing such a good job. I'm just like, we're just gonna bring our kids. No. We can do stuff. We can contribute.
It's important, I think, to have a balance of masculine and feminine support around. I think that a part of the reason that I was drawn to this space was that there was a lot of men that were really comfortable in their sexuality, and being around women, and being platonic, but also being intimate. Intimacy is really important. I'm a hugger, kisser, snuggler, but that doesn't mean we gotta be sleeping together, and I really wanted my children to grow up in a space that they could see that. But yeah, it's nice. And no, y'all can't handle. Y'all find your own baby daddies. All right, I source the locally sourced,
organically grown,
You could be a baby daddy sourcer and doula.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. Can you source us some?
Yeah, I can.
Can you source us some like local baby daddies?
I
They're
can.
coming back soon.
Yeah, I can.
They can learn how to surf.
I got someone for that.
Okay,
He's not on.
Maybe someone who owns his own horse. or two.
Caballo.
Okay, just send me your wish list.
Okay, I will. All right.
But I do think like the male collective needs some help right now. I'm not like fuck men or anything like that. I love men. I love men. But over the last 10 to 15 years, women have really been diving into like self-love and self-healing, particularly black women, and talking about our worth and value. And I think that men are really trying to figure out what their role is right now in the whole paradigm of the reality, like, because women are actually at a space where we don't need them at all for many
We're evolving quickly.
Yeah, we're really
and there's almost trauma in that for them.
It is trauma in that for them.
There's a lot of trauma in that for them, and it's like they need to heal from it. And I was talking to Zach about this yesterday and saying that men they need a place, they need a self-healing place to go where they can
working on it,
where they can come together and do man shit. They're not going to do the type of shit we do. You know what I mean? Because they're different.
Yeah, they are different.
But there is a balance, and just like women have masculinity, men have femininity, and I feel like women are allowed to tap into that a lot more than men, both sides. And I feel it here, though. I see that it seems as though the men here feel a little bit more, they've surrendered more. I think especially because of the environment. Them
niggas still lost.
I know. They lost, trust me. I saw one yesterday. I saw the nigga yesterday. But I do feel like when you come to nature, inevitably, you kind of do have to surrender no matter what in some way.
Yeah, you do. Because like I was telling y'all last night, like when I first got here, my sound bowls broke. That's how I made money. My laptop broke. That's how I made money. I just got my phone. My phone got taken. Like,
I mean, even last night, girl, you had a night. You had a day yesterday.
Yeah, my power went out. Okay, like when people come here, so we're in Puerto Viejo, Limon. When people come here, they're like, this is Wakanda. All these black people, this is amazing. Soursop, mangoes, locks, a black person surfing. All these things that they get like super duper duper excited about. And then, they're like, I'm going to buy land here because buying land here is quite accessible. They're like, I'm going to live here. I'm going to bring my kids here. And I'm like, okay, I think you need to stay down for a little bit longer because you think you want this. But then nature is unpredictable. Trees fall, knock out power lines for days at a time. You run out of water. You know what I mean? Days go by where you don't have Wi-Fi. The bank systems are different. So I definitely think that we should never be like colonizers, basically. Them niggas come and they be like, let's gentrify this bitch.
Like, you
let's
got
move
Wi-Fi,
in.
let's fix it.
Yeah, let's fix it.
I'm getting AT&T down here ASAP.
Yeah, everything, right? So the first thing that you can do is just respect and connect with the land. Because that's why we all here. It's because of the dirt, the soil, all that stuff. And call me a hippie, talk about my armpits, whatever. But I'm connected to the land. And the land tells me what I need to do and when I need to slide and whatever. So I really encourage anybody where you go, like, spend some time there. Figure out how you can add and enrich the community before figuring out how you can take to it. And within that flow, you'll always be blessed and abundant. But here, listen. It's a different beast. I got to 5 months pregnant. I was like, look, I need fucking AC and Uber and Uber Eats.
Chick-fil-A.
And Chick-fil-A.
Don't cry.
Ooh, yeah. But I wanted all those things. But I love it here. It's definitely a great place to be pregnant. You could be naked a lot. You could swim in the ocean. You could surf. You can still hike. And
do you want me to fry you some chicken?
I would love you to fry me some chicken.
She fried chicken in our last.
I want fried chicken. I actually have a chef coming over to my house tonight from Philly. This girl.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's fancy.
Yeah, no, it's people just like to take care of pregnant women, and I'm allowing it. Like, I get sad all the time when I think that soul is due late October. Like, I want to meet you, dude, but I'm still enjoying the perks of being embarazada.
Oh yeah, well, you're gonna get those perks for a little while because you have a newborn. It's when they become like around like 5 where people don't give a fuck about.
Okay,
more like 3.
Yeah, but also people will love you, but they're gonna take care of him more than you.
Yeah,
okay.
You become like secondary.
Oh, you're
very
Soul's
secondary.
mom. Oh, hi.
No, they'd be like, oh, hi. They don't even acknowledge you. I'd be like,
hi.
hello.
Where is Where's Soul? Hi.
Oh, you're here, but
Where's your child?
Oh.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
disappointment. So just get ready to not be like. I mean, you're gonna be cared for regardless.
Thank you.
Adjacently, Soul's gonna be number one though.
I'm excited to meet him.
I am
Staying
too.
there for a long longer though, bro.
I can't wait to you. I mean, you are such a beautiful pregnant woman.
Thank you.
You make me want to be pregnant again.
I love being
'Cause you know
pregnant.
what?
I'm like,
it
is
looks
this
good
what-
to be pregnant in the jungle. is what
I
it
know.
is.
I was like, is this what pregnancy look like? Huh?
Honey, maybe
I
try
was
to
like,
get
I didn't wear no
Approach-
bathing suits.
Approaching pregnancy here is a little different though because like, you know, we can't get things so easily. So, like making a registry gave me like intense anxiety because I'm like, where am I gonna put the fucking stroller? How is it gonna get over the terrain here? Like,
Yeah, they have the terrain strollers.
yeah, I'm looking
You get
at
them big
those
wheels.
and all those things. But I also just took a break from doing all baby stuff for a month and just to focus on my retreats.
Oh my god, you
and-
have to because you will
Yeah.
become obsessed.
And
I'm
honestly,
obsessed.
most of the shit
You'll-
you think you need, you don't need.
You'll get
You need,
anxiety.
like,
You'll get more
Yeah.
anxiety about it because you're just overdoing
a lot of
it.
shit you don't need.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Very
Yeah.
basic. It's
You really don't need a lot of
Not
shit.
like the baby figures it out. Everybody figures it out. You don't need that much special shit for a baby.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm seeing. I literally
You
had
got your
a.
titty.
Like you don't.
You
need
got the
Frida-
baby.
Did you buy the Frida snot thing?
No,
That shit is so.
I probably did like that. Supposed to
thing where
snot it out your nose.
You're supposed
Oh,
to put
the
it in your
snot
mouth
ball?
and you
Oh,
suck it
no.
out. But there's a
I'm
filter.
sucking the baby's not.
Yeah.
That's within
People do
not
that.
within
People
my
like
boundary.
people like
I
put
got
their
it.
whole mouth over around a baby's nostril and
No.
close one and
Like what? The what?
Suck it
Ew!
out.
Oh no.
Wait, there's the bulbs though.
yeah, but some
Those don't really work. I mean, they did work actually. When we were kids, those shit worked.
Yeah, I got the bulb.
Well,
things.
there was an updated version Frida came out with, and
Frida can't
I had
sit
to
her
suck
ass
it out,
down.
and I was like, I was doing this, and I was like, I can't. What am I fucking doing? What the fuck am I
fixing your baby.
They told bitch. Oh my god. Well, Mo, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so
the
much for
show.
having me.
Where can our listeners find you? Tell them about your retreats, all your courses you have coming up. Tell them where they can learn more about Mo and your healing.
Okay, one real quick though. Do y'all have one piece of advice for me each when becoming a mom? Because y'all are doing the mom thing really good. So
That's my advice. Someone told me, people have a baby and then the baby becomes the whole world. She's like, you have a baby and the baby just jumps into your world
Okay.
and you keep going.
all right, I like that.
And also that the baby doesn't break easy. Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to apologize to your child. And man, just it. You know, they always tell you, and they always tell you it goes so fast,
Beautiful.
and it fucking does.
It really, really, really
Like,
does.
It really does. So just try to, and you know what? You're such in a beautiful place to really be present.
Thank you.
And in your spirit, I know that you're just a present person, so you're not gonna have a lot of trouble with that. But just be as present as you can, because I blinked and my daughter is 6, and I'm like, and I'm gonna blink and she's gonna be 13.
And they're huge and they're tall and they're not little anymore. And it goes.
I got
so
a little
quick.
one you can hold.
Yeah, but that's
I would
true.
say like everyone's gonna have an opinion, but you are fiery as fuck. So I'm not worried.
we shut that shit down
I'm not
early.
worried about that part.
I already people with about my birth, about like about the amount of ultrasounds I am getting, about the food, about
you got minimal ultrasounds.
yeah. So I'm doing 2.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, because I saw the baby like this, and I was like, "Oh no, he don't like this." So, but no, that was the research that I did. But yeah, people have something to say about everything, and
It never stops.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll
so
never stop. So
not after the person is out of my body
No,
either.
no,
Okay.
keeps going.
All right, so y'all can find me at IamNurseMo.com. That's where I have self-paced workshops for my work is for Black women. I'll be clear, like everybody is welcome. Pero, my work is for Black women who really need to stop trying to achieve, get certifications, and just decide I'm enough. So that's who my work is for, and it's IamNurseMo.com. I have coaching there. I no longer do one-on-ones at the moment because I'm focused on my energy in my pregnancy. IamNurseMo-Reconnect, or just to my website, is where you can find my retreats. We're sold out for 2021, but 2022 we'll be doing more. In 2023, I'll be doing Mommy and Me's. And then my Instagram is at IamNurseMo. If y'all don't fuck with me at all good. You can still support me and my brand and put money in me and my baby's pocket. You can go to Luminous Energy Collective on Instagram, and there's a team of 15 healers and coaches that work under me from my teachings that can serve you and hold space for you. I love y'all.
thank you. I love you.
Love you too. Welcome to La Ungla.
We're never leaving.
We'll be back. I think I'm a jungle woman now, you guys. It's a wrap.
You need to get your pit hair.
I mean, not yet, but by the time I come back, I'm going to grow it back. So when I come back, I slide right in. Thank you, Mo. And you know where to find us. Make sure you check out this episode on Patreon because we are in the jungle. It looks really sexy and good, dewy. And we're in our bikinis.
Ooh.
Yeah, so check us out on Patreon, but you have to go to www.patreon.com/goodmomsbadchoices.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.